And we're back with Factorio, just where we left off the previous time, where we just built our electricity poles down here to our main base, and we are going to research some science, for which we need gears and copper plates. And we need also this laboratory, which also requires a lot of steel. So you can see in every regard, whatever we do, it's always the steel. It's always the steel that's the bottleneck for us. We will put some ore here. But we also want to switch to electric mining drills, so remind me that I want to build those. But for now, let's build the laboratory, one of them. And then we need to have here, let's take a look. We need to have only 10 science for this, and then the electronics. We also want electronics, probably. Yes, electronics. We want logistics. Oh, electronics. Can we ever do it? Yeah, technically we can. So we need probably like 10. No, wait. 10, then 30, and then for this one 20. So 60, if I'm counting correctly. 60 or so of those, probably. For the first bits of research that are kind of instrumental to actually build a normal operation without compromising. So we will just get to the copper quickly and make sure that it's topped up while we're doing all this crafting. So we can already craft all of this while we're walking down there. And yeah, the goal of the episode is to get that done. But the copper is still running strong. As you see, we don't need so much copper. We only went down there to pick up once, and it was so far sufficient to build all of our stuff. And here we have like a huge amount here still left over. So there's no worries at all basically about our copper supply for now. Copper becomes more important definitely, but in the beginning it's mostly iron based economy here. And we can just place that in any place where we have electricity, such as here, and then we put in these packs, and then it will begin the research process. And yeah, what else do we need? Probably want to build like some electric miners. They're probably not really worth it initially because they consume more resources than the other ones. But I just want to immediately future-proof ourselves because there's no reason not to, in my view. How do I remove this here? This way, because we want to build only the electronic ones in the future. Ooh, there it is. First electronic drill. It drills 5.5. So that's awesome. And we will build basically some cool system in a second. But before we do, we researched automation, which makes we can build like these small factories that automatically build something for us. And next up we will do logistics or electronics maybe. Not sure, let's go electronics. I think we kind of include both. That's fine. So we put that one in the thing here again. And yeah, we will make it so that we build conveyor belts here in a second as well, if we ever have enough iron ore for that. long-handed inserters. Yes. Set to drop items. Okay, not needed yet, I think. But yeah, we have inserters and long-handed inserters now. And we're building also transport belts. In just a second. Just put a bit of science here. I will cancel that because I think we're not needing it right now so much. We will have some inserters, electronic inserters. And we have here the assembly machine, new one. Okay, we're getting there. So the first order of business for me is to get something like that going. And we want to automatically smelt like a smaller amount of things. Something like that here. And then we will get our stones. Make some furnaces from that. Like this. They still need to be fed, of course. Entity picking. Okay, thanks. And we will put electronic inserters here for now. So we'll make it already kind of the better way, not the hacky way in the beginning. Limiting chests, not really appropriate right now, and inserting limits. Right now also not required for me, but thanks. What is required is conveyor belts. And also putting there some power. And poles we still have quite a lot, so we'll just slam a few in here. And yeah, also with the coal, we'll just liberally throw a bit of in there. It's not quite the best way yet. So this is fine, and then now here we need to also supply some power like that for now. So that should get them going. And they put like the iron ore here, and now they're inserting it into the burners where we can then smelt it down. Beautiful, beautiful. Very good, very good. So then we will do the same with the coal in a second. Building more of them. Okay, I hope I didn't miscalculate this too much. But we will just build like these smelters here. Not smelters, they are just drills. And we will basically put them here on this conveyor belt together. Actually, that's not quite the right way. In any way, like that's the right way. And then we will just restore that. So, that should give us some coal that's automatically produced with electricity. It's put on the conveyor belt. We're splitting the conveyor belt here to contain on one side the coal and on the other side the items, and you can see that these conveyors now feeding coal as well as the iron ore to these burners, and then we can just pick things up from there very nicely. Right now there's too little coal, but we will soon have it filled in nicely. And that should be great. So then the next thing I'm gonna quickly do is go up to the electricity, make sure that we have enough coal here to produce things, and we can also click here to see how much power output we have and how much we're producing. So we're producing 228. There's quite a lot of power available, basically what it's saying, and we have also quite a lot of coal available, but you can see how fast it's eating through it now that we have these drills running much faster than we previously had. So we will do it quite like that. Just dump a bunch of coal in here so that it can now feed it in. Yeah, that works. We'll just feed it in so that the steam engines can go rumbling. Do these here also need... No, they don't need any stone furnaces, so maybe we don't even need so much stone anymore. At least not for now. Alright. Very good, very good. So the next thing is to expand that quickly, because we are definitely lacking a bit on the mining drills, for which we need electronic circuits, and we can see now actually we need copper plates. And since we are right here, we will just pick up a bit of this coal from the conveyor belt. Belt lanes, yes, exactly what I did. Fast replace direction, okay, also that's very useful. And we stopped with the research, also to be given in mind that we need to continue building some of those, but that also eats into our limited copper supply. It was not even producing anymore because it already had almost it maxed out. And we want to build more drills. This last one just doesn't get any copper ore. Basically, we're just producing not even close to enough copper ore. We'll also have to produce a few of those, and we were added always a few more inserters. We have splitters now, which are nice to use, and we have underground belts, all of which I know about, so we don't need to read about it. I will use it when the time is right. Very good. That should double our production easily. And then we also to continue here. So the next up thing, although it will be a bit ugly, is to extract the iron ore automatically. I want to do that to collect it. And then also to automatically fabricate some gears, because that's used in a lot of recipes, and it's not really sensible for us to always handcraft a lot of gears. You can see it always takes a bit of time to craft stuff. So if we can use already produce some of the intermediary products automatically, that will be very, very helpful. So let's not do that right now. So we will just route that probably actually like here. We will need an underground belt here, and then well, I want it to be kind of like this, but like on the other hand I want this one to be on the left side like that. Alright. That looks weird, but fine. Then lots of electricity mess in the beginning because we have only these small power poles. And now we can see that they're already extracting stuff. We need to have the underground ones. We will put them like that so that they can go here. And now we see the whole belt will be filled with iron ore, which we can pick up, or iron plates rather. And we will put a automation machine here, assembling machine. We'll do a few more of those. Also need a few more boxes. Maybe the iron boxes are better. Oh. Then yeah, just get that, put it into that, and the result of whatever comes out you put into this iron box here, please. Yes, and then we can configure this to produce me some gears, and then we will just get a bit of power down here. And then we can see the magic happen. You can see it's too slow with one extra inserter, so we can already decide to put a second one. Yeah, they're still very slow. Maybe it's also an electricity problem, is it? Think not. I think the electricity production is pretty good. Yeah. Then we will also put just one storage chest here that we can easier access to get us some resources out for our own use. So we can just grab some of them right off the belt like that, and we have a constant pulling of the resources. And next up, more drills. We should use our own gears also. Okay. Then we want to significantly expand on that. But the idea is that we are going to make science in a second automatically, because right now we're not producing science. As you can see, I'm not really doing it. So the goal is that we will do that quickly automatically. And a few more inserters are needed. And now we are lacking copper again. Okay, then let's bring in a bit of that, and you can see that that will immediately start the production up here again. Probably it was blocked, because when the belt is full, nothing can be inserted anymore, the miners will stop. As you can saw right now, here, down here, it was stopped completely. But it doesn't even need that much coal because we're just not doing a lot of it. Can you not have power there? Okay, now we're cooking with fire. Right? Nope. But that should now be alright. Yes. Now we're producing on a much better scale. And then the question is, what do we need for science? So for science we need gears and copper. So very simple actually. The only question is, what do we do about the copper? So my plan would then be to quickly get the copper over here. Quickly, I say. It's actually quite a bit of an effort because it requires so many conveying belts, but you see how annoying it is to walk over there. But if you're walking over there, basically we'd also have to bring in much, like if you're doing such a long copper line, we'd also have to think about probably getting us some coal over there. We can minimize our coal usage by getting electric drills, or even better, we bring in the copper ore over here with the belt and not the finished product, because then we can smelt it over here where we have easier access to the coal that we require for the smelting. That's the way to go. So yeah, we're gonna go through this forest. It was only a matter of time. I mean, I said like we will try to not destroy the environment a bit, but in this game it's a little bit inevitable that at least to some degree you have to. Okay, I'm not even sure where I am. Where am I? I'm all the way up there. Okay, now let's see. Very nice. Quiet. So we have drills. Perfect. I was hoping we would have it. 3 of them we do have. We cannot build any more. That's fine. 3 should be way more than we need for now. So let's just throw down a bit of that. And then let's test out this crazy auto placement. And it already failed because we have no more of them. I think we should have as research electronics, right? Because electronic would have given us, I think, access to larger poles, if I recall correctly. Okay, so much for that. When it's actually something in the way, it's a little bit not quite working. It's actually quite cool. I was recently, how do you say, like I was on a bike tour a bit in my neighborhood, and there I was looking at like how people put up the a new electricity line, like really these large poles, and how they were up there on these large poles and basically hanging there in the ropes and putting the cables there and the holders of the cables there, all of that stuff. It was really crazy to see. And we see that the product is flowing freely. Very cool. So fast belt bending. Alright, thanks. It's very useful. I'm a bit concerned where we actually want to smelt stuff, because we are a little bit boxed in by this forest. But hey, what you gonna do? I guess probably it would have made more sense to go a little bit out here where there's more open space, or we can bring it up here. I mean, in the end it's just belts, you know. It's just a bit more iron ore that it costs us to transport this stuff. It's not a problem. Producing belts automatically also would be great. Be great. But alas, we're not at that point yet. Yeah, we are going to... Well, we need like kind of this area also, like to have the stuff, so it's all... However we spin it, it's just like a little bit not quite ideal. Okay, a bit stupid, but hey, that's life. So then we'll just grab a few more belts and a splitter. Right on. I'll just go ahead and get that one up here. And we know, of course, that all of this is temporary. Don't worry about like this whole mess. We'll eventually fix that to make it more reasonable. I would hope so. So now we're splitting off half of our coal here to that line, and from here on it's a very similar situation as we have down there for the iron, just not as big in scope yet. Okay. And we want to get that basically kind of down here. Yeah, that will be there. We'll join that here, and then this one like that. Okay, I'm not doing this in any good system, I would say, but hey. No system sometimes also works. Power licking. Okay. We're smelting. Nice, and it's coming through. Okay, that's perfect. So, we're running a little bit late, unfortunately, so I will have to call the episode here. We're just in front of the goal, because the only thing left is to build another automation and make science. But that will be the episode next time. Thanks for watching. See you then.